Hello everyone and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I am your host, your dost, and yes, still today in the host mode, Mohit Jain with TCS NQTs. Actual question asked in the numerical section, 24 of them, and these questions were asked on 10 a.m. slot, in 10 a.m. slot on 1st May 2021. Good questions to deal with from all the way from arithmetic to mensuration, geometry, statistics. So let's begin now. Let's see what we have in the platter today. The ratio of the ages of mother, father and the child is 8 is to 10 is to 3. That 8x, 10x and 3x. Mother, father, child. Sum of ages of father and mother. That means 8 plus 10, 18x is 72 years. Value of x is 72 by 18, that is 4. So child age is 12. Father age is 40 and mother's age is 32. Find the difference in the ages of father and child. We need f minus c, that is 40 minus 12, and that gives us 28 years straight away. Yes, we have this in option B. Average of 15 numbers is calculated as 50. That means sum of these numbers is 50 into 15, that is 750. Now it was discovered later that while calculating the average, one number 25 was incorrectly read as 10. That means 10 is the wrong value, 25 is the correct value. That means correct summation x should be 750, delete the wrong value, 740 plus 25, that gives 765. 765 happens to be the correct total of still again 15 numbers. Find the correct average. So correct average should be 765 by 15. That will give us 51. And yes, 51 is there in option B. Straight away we can also see that if one is going out and one is coming in, what difference it is bringing to the total straight away without actually calculating this. 25 is coming in and 10 is going out. That means increase in the difference that they bring in is 15. Now if this difference what is bought in is distributed among 15 of them which are left, here all average will increase by plus 1, isn't it? Old average was 50, increase it by plus 1, it becomes 51, and it saves times from this tedious calculation. 51, option B is the answer. A shopkeeper purchased 60 pencil boxes for 4500. That means cost price of 60 is 4500. We can very easily calculate cost price of 1. That would be 450 by 6, 7, 42, 75. Cost price of 1 pencil box. And sold at the rate of 4125 for 50 pencil boxes. So selling price of 1 is 4125 by 50. Let me double it up. So it will be 82.50. How much profit does he make on selling all the pencil boxes? Given that he sold all the pencil boxes, profit per pencil box he made is 82.50 minus 75, that is 7.50. So profit percentage would be profit divided by CP into 100. We know the drill. That is simply 10%. 10% of 75 is 7.50. 10%, that is there in option B. We can also use our rule 4, that is debt rule. But sometimes with big figure, that rule seems to be a bit cumbersome for you. It would be simply CP of 60 unit is 4500. SP of 50 units is 4125, and then if I delete this 6 and these two, if I find the ratio quickly, I'll get 12 is to 11, and the profit percentage would be 66 minus 60 by 60, that comes to 6 by 60, that is 10%. Anything you feel like doing, do it with a 1 unit CP, 1 unit SP. This seems to be fast in this particular question and calculation. Answer B, 10%. Sarika sold an article for rupees 864 after giving 28% discount on the labeled price. That means labeled price is 864, 28% discount is given. That means it should be divided by 1 minus 0.28, that is 0.72. So labeled price would be 864 by 0.72, that comes to 1200. And made 44% profit on the cost price. That means 864 is 44% profit on the cost price. CP would be 864. 44% profit is, now I will divide this by 1.44, since that is the recovery, that comes to 600. It's double of that, that comes to 600. That means leveled price was 1200, she bought it for 600. What would have been the percentage profit on the cost price if she had sold the article on 20% discount instead of 28? Now the SP is 1200 into 20% discount is given, so I'll multiply this with 80% recovery. So the selling price is now 960 and cost price is 600. So if I reduce cost price 600, profit is 360. Now how much is the profit percentage on cost price? 360 by 600 into 100, that will give us 60% profit, and that features in option B. If small n and capital M are mean and median respectively of the numbers, then which is the correct relation between M and M? So let's find the mean. Mean is total of these 8, 18 plus 14, 18, 22, 26, 30. This total would be 128. How many members are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means mean is 128 by 8, that is 16. Done. Now for median, that is capital M, we need to arrange this number in the ascending or descending order. And as we can see, all the numbers are actually in the ascending order, arranged 22, 26, 30. Now median is the value of n plus 1 by 2th element. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 1 by 2. We are looking out for the value of 4.5th element. 4.5th element means value of 4th element plus value of 5th element divided by 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th element from left and 5th element from left. So it would be 14 plus 18 by 2. 14 plus 18 is 32 by 2, that is 16. So we have small m equals to 16 and capital M is also equals to 16. That means m is equals to m. Option A fits in. Find the mode of the following distribution. Now what do we mean by mode? Mode means the value occurring with highest number of times. We call it highest frequency, highest number of times. Now in this case, since it is a lot of data is given, you can go by option also. 48, 1, 2, 3. It is coming 3 times. 66, 1, 2, 3. 3 times. 25, 1, 2, where we have 3 times. Now we left with 52. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is occurring 4 times. That means 52 is occurring out of the given option the maximum number of time. Obviously none of these or data not available, something like this is not given. So out of the 4, obviously we'll go with 52. 52 is the mode of the distribution. Answer D fits in. Again, Mode is the number which occurs the highest number of time in the given distribution. 52 is occurring 4 times, and that is the mode of the distribution. Which of the sequences given in the option has the highest standard deviation? And there is a seemingly interesting fact about standard deviation. If numbers are in AP, then standard deviation is directly proportional to common difference. Higher the common difference, higher would be the standard deviation. Now let's see the sequences. 1, 2, 3, 4. This sequence is in AP with common difference 1. 6, 9, 12, 15. This sequence is also in AP with common difference is 3. For 16, 32, 48, 64, common difference is 16, and 8, 15, 22, 29, common difference is 7. So out of these 4 sequences given, all 4 are in arithmetic progression, and the third one have the highest common difference. So theoretically, and obviously as far as properties are concerned of the standard deviation, which we know, the standard deviation is directly proportional to the common difference as far as AP is concerned. And if more clarity is required, in case of 4 numbers in AP, SD is actually equals to root 5 by 2 times the common difference. And so here the series C with highest common difference 16 will have highest standard deviation. Option C, or the sequence C, fits in, and that is the answer. A solid metal cuboid is melted and recast into a single cube. The ratio of length, breadth and height of cuboid is 4:2:1. That means it is 4x, 2x and x. Total surface area is 448. Now total surface area is 448, and we know total surface area equals to 2 times L into B, 8x square plus L into H, 4x square plus B into H, 2x square, that is 14 into 2, 28x square. So x square equals 448 by 28. We'll solve this and get 16. X is equals to 4. Okay, this is what we get. So we have all the 3 sides with. Now it is given that it is melted and recast into a single cube. That means volume of the 2 bodies should be same. Volume of this is L into B into H, 8x cube, which can be written as 2x whole cube. That is the volume of the new cube that is formed. Let the side of the cube be A, then the volume of the cube is A cube. Therefore A is equals to 2x, 2 into 4 is 8. So the new cube that is formed, that is of like height, breadth, everything is 8. What is the total surface area of the new cube formed? Of the cube, total surface area is 6a square, that is 6 into 8 into 8 is 64, 384 square centimeter. Do we have this in our option? Yes. Option C, 384 square centimeter is the total surface area of the new cube. Option C is the answer. The price of 6 pencils and 7 erasers is 12, and price of 2 pencils plus 14 erasers is 18. What is the price of 5 pencil plus 5 erasers? From here, if I multiply this, this will be 12p plus 14e. I'm multiplying by 2 and subtracting, then 10p equals 24 minus 18 is 6. 5p will be equals to 3. So price of 5p is 3. Now let me multiply this by 3. Yes. So 6p plus 42e is 18 into 3 is 54. 6p plus 7e is 12. If I subtract, 35e is 42, and then 5e would be 42 by, I'm dividing both sides by 7, that would be 6. So price of 5 eraser is 6. So they are looking out for price of 5 pencil and 5 erasers. that is 3 plus 6, rupees 9. Yes, that is we have in option B. Okay, a simplification, let me work it out layer by layer. Topmost layer would give me 7 by 3 into 4 by 5 into 45 by 7 plus 7 by 2 into 48, 49, but it is divided now, so it would be 8 by 49. 7, this is 4, 7 gone, 9, 3, 3. So that would be 12 plus 4 by 7, 84. 88 by 7 is the numerator. Denominator 11 by 2 into 7 by 5 into 15 by 28, clear, minus 13 by 16 into 2 up 12, 13. So 5, 3, 7, 4, that would be 33 by 8 minus 13 gone, 1 by 8, that would be 32 by 8, that is 4. So final answer, final simplification would be 88 by 7 divided by 4, that would be 22 by 7, 3 complete, 1 by 7. Yes, do we have this in option? Yes. Option C is 3, 1 by 7, that is 22 by 7 is the simplified value. Again a question from simplification, but these kind of question, if you look majority of the time these are identity types question. It is 1.9 into 1.9 into 1.9. Let me write this as AQ. This will be BQ. A is 1.9 and B is 1.6. In the denominator I can see we have, this is B square, this is A square. So we have A square plus B square plus AB. And this is A plus B or B plus A, whatever you want to write. So A cube minus B cube is A minus B into A square plus B square plus AB. That is divided by A square plus B square plus AB. I'm just writing because you can see it, and that is cancelled. So A minus B, 1.9 minus 1.6 is 0.3, and A plus B, 1.9 plus 1.6 is 25, 35, that is 3.5. So 3.5 into 3 is 105, but 2 decimal it comes to 1.05. Yes, that we have in option D. In a company, 20% of the employees can speak in Hindi only. So this is Hindi only. 40% of the remaining employees can speak English only. So we have people speaking English and Hindi till now. The remaining 2880 employees can speak in both English and Hindi. This is 2880. Find the total number of employees in the company. No other information is given, and like all 4 options are closed, so we'll assume that people are speaking Hindi and English only. So out of 100 people, suppose we have 100 employees, 20 employees can speak in Hindi only. This portion is Hindi only. 40% of the remaining is 100 minus 20, that is 80. 40% of 80 is 32. So 32 people or 32% speak in English only. So now if this is total 100%, this particular speaking English and Hindi both should be 100 minus 52, that is 48. So since 100 people are being assumed, it is quite evident that 48% of the total employees equals to 2880. Then find the total number of employees. 100% equals 2880 by 48 into 100. It will go 6 times. Yes, 60, and 100% is 6000. Yes, 6000 is there in option B, and that is the answer. Total number of employees in the companies are 6000. The power of x in the simplified form in the expression. Okay, a type of assert. We just need to concentrate on x and the power, how they are moving. If it is like moving up, 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 just keep on multiplying. So let's do it for the numerator first. It is x to the power minus 4 by 7, but root is 7th root, that means it is into 1 by 7. Then it is to the power of, that means I'll keep on multiplying, minus 7 by 4, again power of 7 multiplying. That means x to the power a whole to the power b is actually x to the power ab. Okay, so I'm keeping on multiplying it. 7, 7, 7, 7 minus 1, 4, 4, this is minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. So in the numerator it is x to the power 1 and denominator is x to the power minus 6, which is actually x to the power 1 into x to the power 6. When we are adding up the bases, when we are multiplying the same number, same bases, power gets added up, isn't it? So x is 1 plus 6, that is 7. So the entire expression boils down to x to the power 7. We are looking out for what would be the power of x after simplification, that is 7 in option B. Find the least number which on being divided by 3, 4, 5, 7 and 8 leaves in each case a remainder of 2. If my question is still here, I would be following an entire LCM process, isn't it? LCM of 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 would give me 15 into 56, that is 840. And remainder is 2. If I add 2 to it, it is 842. So 842 is the smallest number, which when divided by 3, 4, 5, 7 or 8 will always leave remainder 2 in each case. That is the basic process of doing these kind of questions. But we need to find a least number which should be also divisible by 11. When divided by 11, it leaves no remainder. That means we are looking out for 840 into x times plus 2, that should be divisible by 11. Now since all the 4 options are given, what a wonderful way. Why not pick up the options and just check which of the option is divisible by 11. If we have only one option which is divisible by 11, put a tick. If you have more than one option which are divisible by 11, then go and check with which number they are not giving remainder of 2. That needs to be striked out. Now how to check a number is divisible by 11 or not? It's simple, odd even addition. 4 0 is 4, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. This number is divisible by 11. This is 4 minus 7, number is not divisible because 4 minus 7 should be either 0 or multiple of 11 to make a number divisible by 11. What is the rule? Odd, even, addition and then subtraction. 9, 2 is 7, not divisible. This is 9 and 8, that gives you 1. This number is also not divisible. So out of the 4 given option, only 4202 is divisible by 11. Obvious answer is A in this case. If there are more than two numbers which are divisible by 11, then we'll go and check which of the number when divided by this or this is not giving a remainder of 2. That need to be striked out. Here straight away only one option is there. Option A is the answer. The total money with 3 friends, Raj, Amit, Mayank, was 21120. Amit had 12% more money than Raj. So if Raj have X, Amit have 12% more, or let me take it as 100. If Raj have 100, Amit have 112. And Mayank had 25% more money than Amit. 25 means divide by 4, so 2 times and 32 4. 32 is 8. 28 and 12, 140. So Mayank have 140. So this is the ratio of their money, which I can say 100, 112, 140. Now Raj spent 50% of his money. Spending. Raj spent 50%, that is half of this 50. Amit spent 35% of his money. 112 into 35% is what we need to calculate. That will be equals to 39.2. Yes, 39.2. And Mayank spent 60% of his money. 6 into 14 is 84. He spent 84. Now the total amount left with all the friends. Okay, left with. Raj is 50. 112 minus 39.2 is 72.8. And 140 minus 8 will give 56. So 50 plus 72.8 plus 56 is 178.8. So if total money is 200, 300, 352, now we know that 352 means 21120, then how much is 178.8? It would be 21120 by 352 into 178.8. On solving, calculator value which I am getting is 10728. I have used calculator for this, don't mind. So option D is 10728, and that is our answer. A sum of rupees 5,000 is divided into two parts such that first part is invested at 4% per annum and the second part at 5% per annum, simple interest. Okay, so the total interest earned from both the investment after 1 year is 235. Find the amount invested. First part, let the first part be X. Then X into 4% plus 5,000 minus X into 5% must be equals to 235. Sorry, we know na simple interest formula is just P into R into T by 100. Here in this case T is 1, so it is simply PR by 100 when T is 1. So let's solve this now. 4x plus 25,000 minus 5x equals 23500. 25,000 minus 23,500 is 1,500, and here goes the x. X is 1,500, that is in option B. This is an equation method to solve this. This is wonderfully very easy to calculate, no problem. We can also easily use rule 6 from our jungle rule book, butterflies, and you know that how. 5,000 need to be divided. If it is invested at 4% fully, the interest collected would be 5,000 into 4 by 100. That would be how much? 200. If the entire amount is invested as 5%, interest collected would be 250. But interest collected is 235, and we can run a drill here. This is 15 and this is 35. That comes to 3:7. Divide 5,000 in the ratio of 3:7. So first part would be 3 by 10 into 5,000. That would give 1,500. Automatically second part would be 3,500. You can use butterfly cross diagrams from the jungle rule book or use the equation method. We need the answer, and we need the answer swiftly, isn't it? Let's move on. Mohan took a loan of 10,000 at 20% per annum compound interest, compounded annually. At the end of each year, he pays 5,000 rupees. How much should he pay at the end of third year to clear all the due? Okay, so starting with the first year, you have taken loan of 10,000. We'll calculate interest every year on the opening amount. That is 20%. That would be 2,000. So he is supposed to pay back 12,000, but paid only how much? 5,000. So he is left with how much? 12,000 minus 5,000, which is 7,000, which will become the opening balance for the second year. This is how, if we calculate for 2 more years, we would be easily calculating everything. So 20% of 7,000 is 1,400. He is supposed to pay 8,400, but paid only 5,000 again. That means the opening balance for the third year is 3,400. 3,400 into 2 would be 680. Yes, 680. 680 is the interest. Total would be 4,080. So at the end of the third year, he is supposed to pay back 4,080, and yes, that features in option C. A fruit seller purchased some fruits in which the ratio of number of mangoes, apples, and bananas is 2:4:3. Let it be. He sold 2/3 of the total fruits. Plus 6 plus 9. 9 into 2/3 is 6. He sold 6 fruits, in which the ratio of number of mangoes, apple and banana is 3:4:5. So in 6, the ratio is 3:4:5. That is 7 and 5 is 12. That means half a fruit each. It would be 1.5 to 2.5 in the total of 6. So he have sold 1.5 mangoes, 2 apples and 2.5 bananas. So he is left with ratio of 0.5 is to 2 is to 0.5. We can't keep ratios in fractions. Let multiply by 2. It would be 1 is to 4 is to 1. What is the number of mangoes, apples and bananas in the remaining fruits? Remaining 300, it hardly matters now. It's 4 is 1 is to 4 is to 1. We can play only with ratios here. That is in option C. In a party, the number of men, women and children are in the ratio 4 is to 3 is to 6. Again, I'll try to play with ratios only. 1/4 of the total men, 1/3 of the total women and 1/5 of the total children left the party. I'll come again. 1/4 of total men, 1/4 of 4 will give me 1. Left. 1/3 of total women, 1/3 of 3 will give me 1. And 1/5 of total children. So 6 by 5 is 1.2. They left. Okay. Now the number of person remaining in the party is 245. So number of men remaining in the ratio is 3. This is 2 and this is 4.8. So if common ratio is x, so these many are left. 5 and 4.8 is 9.8. 9.8x is 245. X equals 245 into 10 by 98. That will give me how much? 5 into 5, 25. X is equals to 25. What is the total number of person in the beginning of the party? 4 plus 3 plus 6 is 13. So in the beginning of the party is 13x. 13 into 25, 250, 75, 325. 325. Yes, we have 325 featuring in option C, and that is the answer. Ram can complete 50% of the work in 4 days. That means he can complete the entire work in 4 into 2, 8 days. Let it be Ram, R. Harish can complete 1/3 of the work in 4 days. That means Harish can complete the entire work in 4 into 3, that is 12 days. Chirag can complete 1/6 of the same work in 4 days. 1/6 in 4, one work is 6 into 4, 24. So this is the actual day time schedule. RHC can complete that same work working alone in 8 days, 12 days and 24 days. In how many days can they complete 50% of the same work if Ram, Harish and Chirag work together? If they work together, we can use our rule 8. The common multiplier rule, CM rule, which we say from the rule book. 8, 12, 24, LCM 24. 24 by 8 is 3. He is producing 3 units in a day. 24 by 12 is 2. Harish can produce 2 units in a day. 24 by 21 is 1. So that means if the total work is of 24 units, if they are all are working together, they would be producing 6 units in one day. So if R, H, C are working together, they will take 24 by 6, that is 4 days to complete the full work. But question asks is 50% of the work. So to complete 50% of the work, they will take 4 by 2. 50% means half, that is 2 days. So if they are working together in 2 days, they would be completing 50% of the work. That is in option C, and that is the answer. Two places D and G are 70 kilometers apart. From each other on a national highway. A car X starts from D and another car Y starts from J at the same time. Okay. If they move in the same direction, that is along the direction of D to J, if they are moving like this, X starts towards Y and Y starts towards somewhere else, but they are moving in same direction, they will meet each other in 7 hours. Great. Now we can see that the distance between X and Y is 70 kilometers, and to cover up this distance 70 kilometers, the time taken by the two cars, or car X is 7 hours, that means we will use the relative speed concept here. Time to catch is given by initial distance between the two divided by relative speed. Since both are moving in same direction, relative speed would be x minus y, and obviously x is greater than y. Then only the car X would be able to catch car Y. So first equation would be 7 equals to 70 divided by x minus y. That means first equation is x minus y equals to 10. Now next, if they move in opposite direction, that means towards each other. Now if they are moving towards each other, the relative speed would be x plus y because they are moving towards each other. In this case, they meet in 2 hours. That means the second equation which we can form is 2 equals 70 divided by x plus y, which gives us the second equation, x plus y is equals to 35. Now what is asked? What is the speed of car X? If we solve equation 1 and 2, we can find the speed of X. If we add up, 2x is 45. That means x is 45 by 2, 22.5 kilometer per hour. Speed of car X is 22.5 kilometer per hour. That features in option C. See, majority of the quantitative aptitude questions are logical questions. If we are strong with our processes, if we are strong with logics, reasoning, many of the time half of the work is done there itself, isn't it? A, B and C together can complete the work in 4 days. They all three are working together and in 4 days work is done. They started the work together, but after 2 days, that means what they have done in 2 days. In 2 days, A, B and C would have completed 2 by 4, that is half work. That means in 2 days, half work is done. Remaining work is again half, that is 50%. So 50% work is left. Now what is happening after 2 days? After 2 days, A left the work, gone. B and C completed the remaining work in 3 days. That means B and C working together can complete the 50% of the work in 3 days. Now, if only B and C are supposed to complete 100% of the work, then 100% of the work would be completed by B and C in 3 into 2, that is 6 days. Now we can see A, B, C together can do the work in 4 days. B and C together can complete the work in 6 days. In how many days can A alone complete the whole work? If I subtract this from this, I would be able to get the answer of A, isn't it? And we know the formula for subtraction. It is simply xy upon y minus x. This is x, this is y. 6 into 4 is 24. 6 minus 4 is 2. That gives 12. A would be completing the entire work in 12 days working alone. Answer A, option A fits in. Traditional classic question from TST. Rama travelled at 7 km per hour speed and missed a train by 7 minutes. So, if the distance between her house and railway station is D, suppose, then time taken by her at 7 km per hour is D by 7, which is supposed to be the normal time plus 7 more minutes because she is late by 7 minutes. However, if she travelled at 10 km per hour, she would have reached the station 5 minutes before the departure of the train. That means if I use D by 10, time taken is T minus because she reaches 5 minutes before. This is a classical question. If I subtract this, what I'll get? D by 7 minus D by 10 equals 7 plus 5 because it will change into the plus sign, like 12 by 60, that will be 1 by 5. D common, 10 minus 7 is 3 by 70 is 1 by 5. D equals this is 14. Yes, it is 14. 14 by 3. 4, 12 and 2 by 3. 4.67. 4.67 kilometers. Do we have that in the option? Yes, option A fits in. The most classical question that can be asked in time, speed and distance. The distance between the house and railway station is 4.67 kilometers. Option A fits in. Given, okay, a question from mensuration, we need to find the area. We will find. What's that? Given diameter AB is 14 centimeter, AB is 14 centimeter diameter, that means radius of the circle is 14 by 2, 7 centimeter. Area of the square BCDE, BCDE is 16, that means each side should be equals to root 16, that is 4. And the side EF is 6. What is the area in square centimeter of blue shaded region? If you can see that AB is the diameter, that means the entire AFB is the semicircle. So area of this semicircle is pi r square by 2. That is 22 by 7 into 1 by 2. And r is 7 into 7 into 7. That will give me how much? 77. So area of the entire half semicircle is 77 square centimeter. Now I need to delete this area of triangle formation. Then I'll get the entire blue part. So this entire diameter is 14 and this side EB is 4. That means AE should be 10 and it is given that EF is 6. That means area of this triangle is half into base into height, that is 30 square centimeter. So blue shaded portion should be 77 minus 30, that is 47 square centimeter. Do we have? Yes, in option A we have this. Thank you everyone for participating, and do practice these kind of questions. TCS NQTA is becoming like they are improving their standards day by day. So yes, I'll come back again very soon. Stay safe, stay at home, and be strong. India will fight back, and we will be back soon. Thank you everyone again, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, and help the channel grow. Help it. We are working so hard for you. You people also help it grow, isn't it? I'll see you soon, and thank you again. I'll see you soon.